That's hilarious. All right, well, guess I'm live now. Just spent a whole 13 minutes streaming while not being live. Classic. Okay, well, here we are. That's hilarious. All right, well, guess I'm live now. Just spent. Alrighty. Well, so today I think I guess I'll go over the plan for today again. I think we're just gonna be, how does this work? So I can do that. Why do I have this? It's not ready. Okay, so let's have to like build or something. I got a couple games that I picked up over the weekend. What? Yo. Man, okay, so this game takes no prisoners. You won that, Max. The digital Temtem of yours really gave you an edge. It's all about the tamer, not the Temtem. Didn't you say that a minute ago, Teach? Congratulations, Max. Don't let this first defeat affect you too much, Stubbs Kennedy. You never really stood a chance against Max Ori. Digital Temtem are a rare and powerful innovation. Let me take a look at your Hoochik. It could use a couple of bandages and some balm. All healed. To lower the playing field, I have something for you, Dubs Kennedy. I get a second Temtem. Got a new Temtem Tawai. Okay. Tawai might not look like much, but it's one of the rarest Temtem I've ever found. Take good care of it. I have reasons to believe there's more to it than meets the eye. What? I don't get one of those? You already have a digital Temtem, Max. Still not fair. My research suggests Tawai might react to certain places of power, but I haven't found any on this island. That's why I'm going back to Arbory to consult with my peers. I have to catch an airship, but I can walk you kids as far as academia. Okay. I'm gonna click through. So, what was I saying? I think for today, we're gonna be trying out some of the new games that I picked up. Just seeing how they feel. Checking the backpack on the menus. Checking the backpack behind the pockets. Each one. Okay, cool. That's seems standard. Oh, he looks cool. Maybe I'm just not creative. I'm definitely just not creative. He looks pretty cool. But yeah, we're gonna do that. Chrono Odyssey dropped that dev interview. I've already watched it, but I'm gonna probably rewatch it on stream and try and take notes. I watched it first, just like soaking it all in, and probably this time definitely this time we're gonna try and take some notes, see what life's about. Oh man, did everybody pick Hoochie? Yes, you're off to academia very well then, but please take care of the pristine coast and remember to use balm if your Temtem gets bruised. An apprentice first time is never easy. Okay, so I still don't know how to use map with this. It's probably like this. Nope. Gamer search. Oh my. Okay, well, I guess I'll just push M for map whenever I want to. Alright, so what's this? We'll go down. So Temtem is a game that I've thought about getting for a long time and just never did because it feels like there's just a expressive send-off. Incredible. Seems like just yesterday when you kids played with the 6 swords, and look at you now, ready for academia. Now, word, will you please take care of Max, Stubbs Kennedy? They've always looked up to you, whether you believe it or not. Wow, I don't believe that. But I never got it, just because there's always like mixed reviews about it. Alright, hold on. I'm dropping my desk down. I was standing. Now we're gonna be sitting. But yeah, there's just always mixed reviews. It seems like a game where either you love it or you hate it, but or you dislike it. I don't know, but there's not really an in between. But it was on sale, so it's like, you know what, might as well try. Okay, we're starting off with a double battle. Okay, capturing untamed Temtem. Tem cards will allow you to capture new Temtem. Use them from your backpack and throw them at untamed Temtem to try and capture them. There are different Temtem tiers that will affect the chances of the capture. Also, weakening the Temtem or inflicting a status condition will increase your chances too. Standard. After capturing a Temtem, the species data will... Okay, cool. Okay. So I don't know why these are available, but like I can't use them. So we'll have to see. There's like some... But maybe I also just didn't listen to the game. Okay, Windblade. Actually, we should probably get rid of this guy first, because this guy looks like he's crystal. And I am... Wahuchi is weak to crystal, so... Oh, jeez. Okay, maybe we should go for the catch. This game is like not taking any prisoners, because wait, so bag Temcar. Okay, so let's for him, let's do hypnosis. Should probably put a status condition on the guy that I want to catch, but it's the beginning to the game, so let's probably not. Okay, so how do I... Oh, he's wind. Okay, I got fooled by the face mask. We'll catch them both. We'll catch them both, why not? That's fine. How do I skip? Okay. Think. Okay, so if you go past the... So if I do this when I have 14 of the... We'll just say PP for... Because I don't know what it actually is. Then I get overexerted and... my Temtem can't attack. Makes sense. Alright, cool. Easy enough. New moves. Nice. Should probably use bomb. Alright, let's try and just get to where we're going. Because I don't know where I'm going to be able to buy more bomb. So, I guess we're trainer battling. Okay. Some techniques have a hold value which indicate how many turns the Temtem needs to be in battle before using them. Oh, is that what that is? Okay. So for each strike is an extra turn. After using hold technique, the turns reset, so the Temtem needs to wait before using. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, I don't know what Pig Pick does, so we'll just get rid of Pig Pick first. Freaking tank. Just fair, he's pretty wonky. Flare drops defense. Okay. Alright, let's just use Psywave and Windblade. By the way, in Pokemon, I'm very much I only use damaging attacks. That might catch me in the cheeks in this game. I don't know yet, but I guess I'll just have to learn as I go if that happens. And this guy's evasion is going up, which is not good. Okay, so I don't have enough for that. I think I'm just gonna skip sorry. I think I'm just gonna let you rest because I kind of want to set up with okay, I don't know what Shrill Voice does. I kind of want to set up with the Hypnosis in the next one. Oh my gosh. Okay, so that's huge. I guess I don't need to. Oh, I didn't realize how it works. That's fine. All right, we're just gonna clean you up with the Psy Wave, and you can rest. Okay. Okay, let's say I'm the second best Temtem trainer of Zadar. True. You actually might be number 3 because I already lost. So, beat me, Solaro, take me. You're pretty good for a kid, Dubs Kennedy. Oh my god, are we really? Ain't no way. Don't bother, students are on. They're probably on their way to academia. You're going to make them like class. True. Does that mean you're on my team? No, of course. Y'all are jerks. Imagine ambushing a child. Will allow you to switch to active Temtem or bench when only helps the Temtem join the battle. Right. Alright, I should probably... Yeah, I don't think they're gonna kill me in one shot, so we're gonna hope for that. Oh, but I will kill them in 2 shots. Big moves. Okay, he's definitely gonna need some bandages. Alright, let's hit you with the Hypnosis. My boy, don't worry about it. You know I got love for you, big dog. We'll recover that. Alrighty. Now we're set up for you to take a nice rest. Don't even worry about it, big dog. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna hit him with a Shrill Voice. Ooh, what's the exclamation point next to that too? Are they holding an item or something? Oh no, he woke up. Oh, what the heck? Okay. Alright, let's hit him with the Psy Wave. And we're gonna hit him with the Wind Blade. Oh wait, do I have enough for the Wind Blade? Yeah, we do. Alright, we're gonna... This is it. The go to sleep. Kateru. KO'd. Don't hold back. Come at us. That's what you get, suckers. Y'all ambushing children on their way to school. Get out of my life. Alright. Can these be... No. Trying to see if I could like... They're like berries or something. In the bushes. But nah. Okay, I really just want to get to where I need to go. I do not want to battle nobody. I don't want to battle no Temtem unless you rare and exotic. Granted, I don't know what's rare and exotic in this game. So I guess we just gonna catch everything, you know what I'm saying? So y'all want to join the team, y'all can join the team. Shy. I don't know if you can join the team actually, but we are collectors. So y'all can join the team. All right, let's do another kick and let's do another one. Probably on the next one we gonna go for the catch. Yeah, we gonna go for the double catch. Please do not poison my Temtems. All right, here we go. Tem card on Swally. Tem card. What's that? Kaku? Cool. All right. More buddies. Oh, this is a dead end. Oh no, okay. thing is, I want to battle like active people, but I want to run out of bombs before I get to where I need to go. Oh, it's always a double battle even when it's singles? That's crazy. This dude's just about to get worked for no reason. Wrong place, wrong time. Okay, if you're gonna do that to my Thames though, like I don't feel remorse about it. Just give him hell. Okay, let's alrighty. We got 4 moves. Where are we going? No, how are we battling? Wait. I don't even, was there a chance to decline the battle? Because what are y'all doing? Goodness. Alright, we're gonna like hope they don't one-hit KO us. Then we're gonna go for the double heal. We're gonna go for the double heal next turn. Let's see if we can KO this fool this turn. Heck yeah, bro. We don't gamble IRL, but we gamble in game. Alright, so we probably don't even need to heal because I don't think Swally does any. Oh, she got 2. Never mind. Alright, we're gonna go for another. We're gonna go for another big hit. We're gonna go for another big hit. So this is what we need. We need Psywave on deck. Oh, I don't. Okay, and then Shrill Voice. Oh, it hits both. Okay, okay, okay. Please KO. Let's go. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. That's this game. That's this game. Unless Swally is a sleeper, which could be. Nope. Okay. She's just a stat lowerer. Not another one. How many do you have? All right. Damn it. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is gonna be a rest turn. We're gonna bomb, and then we're gonna bomb. Because I don't even have enough power to do a decent move. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? So definitely gonna focus her only attacker. Shrill Voice, not enough. Yeah, it's worth it. We're gonna overexert so we can. Okay. Well, it might actually just be juice. Oh, they have one more. I see. Top right corner. Let's see how many people they got left. Oh, you damaged yourself to the overexert. I didn't realize that. My bad. My bad, friend. How did you do it? We need a new strategy, Lacera. Lacera. Oh. Do you have bomb? This stuff is expensive. This stuff is less expensive. Okay. It's a little better. I feel a little more secure. Would you be if you didn't take care of them? So keep an eye on their stamina. Probably play this for like an hour, and then we'll stop and we'll take a look in some other directions. And so far, it seems I will say the art style is not necessarily my cup of tea. Like it's. Why am I getting worked right now? Learning a type chart is very important. Step in every competent tamer needs to know. That's true. However, I can't tell what the types are just by looking at these people, so that's kind of my issue right now. Let's... No, wait! Oh, shit. I didn't mean to swear, but shit. I meant to heal. Now she's gonna die. No! Bad tamer. Bad tamer. I'm a bad tamer. And I'm also not training anybody else, so I'm just a really bad tamer. Yeah. Alright, Saipat. I look happy while I'm doing it. Oh no. That's an electric type. Okay, so we gotta prioritize keeping my boy alive. I don't think he's gonna really be able to do anything, so we're gonna revive to Y. Put Electric Boy to sleep so he don't really destroy my water friend here. Had to overexert. Alright. So now it's overexerted. This is the perfect strategy. Alright, now we're gonna use that on you. We're gonna give you the water blade. They're roughly the same level. Let's go Saipat. Oh god, Saipat, please. Please. Oh, okay, just raised the stats. Okay, Saipat. Jeez, okay. So this is what we're gonna do now. We use Psywave. Should I just kill the other guy? No, okay. And then we're gonna swap back for Taiwei. Or 2Y, I mean. Might actually not be that great. Just cause I'm assuming flying is weak to, but they're just doing stat boosting moves. Okay. Alright, let's we're gonna go for the double knockout. Big. Alright, beautiful. Saipat coming in real clutch. Well done. You saw important what's to conserve stamina. You wouldn't beat me otherwise. I actually overexerted myself. But hey. Who's keeping track? I don't want to battle. Man, I feel like... Okay. Maybe it's just a me thing, but... No, actually, can I just leave? Are you locked into a battle? I can't, like... Okay. I don't know. I feel like it's actually kind of different in Pokemon because Pokemon isn't. Well, they have decent stories, but you know what? I wish games would let you get into the story quicker. Yeah. Instead of doing stuff like this where you're just like running around, you know, getting stopped 5 million times. Like, there's plenty of time to sit there, train, and battle. I guess it's a balance, because if you don't have battling early on, then it's also kind of boring. But I don't know. In this instance, I feel like, man, we're traveling quite a bit to get to the first area just to figure out what's going on in this game, or where we're going, or start the real adventure. I guess that's the thing. Like, I'd rather start the real adventure sooner rather than later. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to come back and oh my god, there's seats like how far? But how you know well how will they actually know you're tempted? Did you know each type of Temtem is effective or weak against a specific type? Just leave me alone. Never. My calling on life is to instruct young tamers on the eye of opening nature. So species, for instance, water Temtem, what are they effective against? Duh. Oh, fire Temtem. Nature. Yeah, of course. Thank you. Now I'm gonna rock your freaking world. Pause. Sort of way. Alright. For frustrating me and getting in my way on my journey. I don't know what that does, but we're gonna see feathered greatling, is that what it said? Ooh! Gatling. Oh, okay. Take that. Oh, that really didn't do that much. Okay, let's sidewave this fool. Need to use another bomb. I see how stamina actually would be an interesting mechanic for. I mean, I guess it's the same as PP. No, not really. PP is just like they're all pulling from the same mana pool, whereas PP is just for like specific moves. And I can see how that would be a good PvP mechanic, because you really do have to kind of like math out your moves, how you're gonna set up. Oh wait, I did not mean to. Damn. I was just. Damn it. Very well. Did I just lose Sidewave? I think I did. I did. Oh, you can swap them? How do I? Oh, you can. Okay. Well, that's nice. So what is... Okay. Alright. Going the long way. I can't go the long way. Okay. Man, I'm still running out of bomb. I appreciate your desire to battle. Love that for you. But we're gonna keep it pushing. See, because we knew. Stranger, I'm Yota, and this is my daughter Agapi. And now, would you care for a Temtem battle, please? My little one really loves Temtem fighting. And when you put it that way, it don't sound too great. I'll be honest. Be real. Temtem fighting. Questionable. Alright, let's see what energy manipulation does. We'll just do that. Ooh, wait, let's do feather Gatling because I want to. I think these are probably grass. Okay, that does a decent amount of damage. Oh, does it confuse too? What's that do? Oh, I don't know about this. Man, feather Gatling does not seem to be that great. So I just have no. I got nothing. Guess I can do kick. Yeah, why not? You got nothing. All right, we're gonna get rid of one. Maybe. Now I'm not so sure. Bigfoot. Okay. And then we're gonna have to take a pause next round. I'm all scared to push buttons now because what happened last time. Alright, we're just gonna rest both. Not ideal, but it must be done. Alright, let's just do energy manipulation and shrill voice. Bust out the big guns. Hopefully we bang bang wrap it up. Oh yeah, we chilling. We chilling. Very good. Very good. It's fun. I like that you enjoyed it. Please just let me get to the new area. Like, what in the... I'm not even at the new area. I don't even know what's going on in this game. And it all kind of looks the same, and I don't like that. I don't know. This might, like... Maybe it's not an on-stream game or something. I don't know. The color scheme is really bugging me. Which is kind of why I want to see... what the rest of the world has to offer, because looking at this is like, I don't even know what like color scheme this is. Is this fluorescent, pastel? I don't know, it's something. We really here's academia is managed by associate teachers from my dojo. That's where I'm going to, the dojo. One day, Max, when you're ready. Okay, but I don't think it's a bad game. I think it is gonna take time to get used to. Like the story and everything is probably there. It's probably very solid. Actually, everybody says the story is good. But I think we're just gonna call it there for that game though. That was 32 minutes of Temtem. I'm not thoroughly convinced, I must say. I don't think it's a bad game, but I don't know. Maybe just not my cup of tea. Now that being said, I've been playing a lot of it's double XP weekend, so you know what your boy's been doing. Helldivers, they've been doing the Earth thing. But okay, so I got a couple of new ones. I got Nexomon, which I started a Nexomon, the second one, and I liked it, but I never finished it. I was actually planning on making it into a series, but it just didn't come to fruition for whatever reason. I don't remember why. But then I picked up this game, Adore, or Adore, probably Adore. It's an action creature. Oh, it was a creature collecting sale. That's what happened. Creature collecting game where you build your team of unique creatures, go on a journey to resurrect the god of creatures. So I don't really know if I'll like this or not. It just, the art style looked interesting to me. So it could be terrible though. Support for the game seems said last update was December 2023. Ooh. Sean and bought it. Once I got to playing it though, it got repetitive fast, not much going on. Some other comments mentioned it was initially a roguelite, which makes a lot of sense on why it feels repetitive. So it's really okay. So this guy's double post on accident. Okay, I guess that is concerning. I didn't read the reviews, but it looks like all the positive reviews are from 2020. Maybe I don't want to play this. I don't know. But I bought it. Maybe I don't want to play it. No, wait, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's go. I might just refund it. Literally all the positive reviews are from years ago. Enjoyable twist on creature collecting might be short. But in the creature amount, I think it's something like 70 tamables. Still had a good time with it. Team is on to something. Wish the game had taken off. I could see it being turned into something incredible. Unfortunately, it really just feels like a great proof of concept that never got the polish it deserved. Okay, then we're probably just gonna pass on it. Probably gonna, yeah, 2023. It's the last time they talked about it. Okay. Well, Well, that kind of throws a wrench in the original plan today. But to Neomata, we can and shall press on. It's funny, as I was playing the other game, I was literally thinking to myself, I kind of want to play Dota 2 again, but maybe not download it while I'm streaming. Yeah, maybe that was a bad idea. It was a bad idea. I guess, I was thinking of playing some RPG or MMOs. Cause I guess the vibe is cozy today, so no Sekiro or anything like that. But I also kind of want to like, you know what? Maybe we'll just do that now. Maybe we'll just do that now. I was gonna say I kind of want to play MMOs / get in the vibe for Chrono Odyssey. The open world 4K gameplay. Okay, so I'm always so skeptical about this stuff because it's like, I don't understand how these random channels get new 4K gameplay. But let's look at their, we're gonna go to the official. Okay, so we'll start off with the IGN trailer and then we'll do the dev stuff. Yeah, so pop this up here and we're going to pause the music. Let me make sure that the audio is actually able to be captured. All right, cool. Let's just take a look and see what we got going on. Okay, cool. The void. There, okay. All right, so Chrono Odyssey. For those who don't know, I'm gonna probably make a video about it. We'll see how that works out. Is said to be an MMORPG. From everything that I've seen, it looks like it could be good. There are probably some concerns, or it looks like it'll be really good. There are some concerns, which I have to look into more, just based off of comments that people are saying. Like the development team or the developer is kind of known for pay to win. Which personally I don't think that's that big of an issue depending on what type of game we're talking about, but that is again probably for the video. So anyways, they released a closed beta test announcement, which you can go and not library, sorry. And it is up as of well, whenever. And as you can see, I've already signed up for it. So yeah, playtest, click right here. It'll be right there. So yeah, just do your thing. Anyways, here's a trailer to the announcement.
The void has consumed us all. Is this the end? What divinity dwells in this madness? Calamity bears not name, nor face.
Disgusting.
Yet draws.
But that's not how birth actually works.
I shall return you to the past. You must prevail, no matter the cost. Reshape the future by your own hand. Sentinel of Cetera.
Okay.
I await your return.
So playtest is June 25th. So definitely make sure you sign up for that. Let's look at the Chrono Odyssey. Ooh, he's worried. Don't know why he's worried. He's worried. I will say, side note, if you didn't figure out from my first video or my last video, I'm way more of a gaming optimist than a negative or a pessimist person. So there, even if something's concerning, I'm always kind of hoping for the best. So I probably won't ever do like a I'm worried type video. Not that anybody's wrong for doing those. It's just me. Is this? Oh no, this is a YouTube channel. Okay, I see they put that up there. It's smart because I would click on that thinking that's from like PlayStation official. But okay. Let's see. Let's get a pen and some paper, lads. Probably gonna have to watch this like 5 times. Not on stream, but just to get it, just to make sure I see everything or understand everything, or a decent amount of things. Probably will never understand everything. Our goal to make overall progression, so enjoyable as in-game content. Okay, so off the rip, that's good. I mean, so the thing about like Asian games, they're usually very high quality games, in my opinion. Anyways, like I think Lost Ark is a very high quality game. But if you watch my last video, like one of the issues that I have with Lost Ark or with any Asian game is that like because the Eastern audience is so much more willing to pay for things, the like practices that are often in Eastern games is like so anti-fun. Like the way that they will have games that just grind to a halt progression wise, and like getting any farther after you reach a certain level is just a painstaking process, is absolutely a miserable experience. So I mean, I like that they're saying that their goal is to make overall progression just as fun as the end game. That's should be standard in just about any game. And hopefully that means that we're not going to hit like a basically a paywall where it's like, if you want to progress, you got to go farther. Or if you want to have like decent XP rates, you need to pay for something extra. Now, that being said, I don't care if like you get increased XP rates because you're paying for a membership. I don't necessarily care about a battle pass either. As long as it's reasonably priced. There was like that whole controversy with Throne and Liberty about like increased XP rates and whatnot. And personally, I mean, I didn't look too into it, to be clear, but I didn't really care about it just because, you know, I guess I grew up playing RuneScape. And for those of you who don't know, even back 20 years ago, right? RuneScape had a $5 membership and you got way more content. You got more access to different ways of training. So essentially higher XP rates if you paid for the membership. So personally, I don't care about those things. You know, I qualify that as a membership in its own way. But as long as you're not like, you know, like Lost Ark, where it was like, you're not only will you hit the wall, but if you want to continue further, you got to play 3 different accounts to funnel into one account, or you got to pay hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to get, like, that's terrible. That's terrible. Slight increased rates for membership or, you know, battle pass, I don't really care about, but if it's an absolute wall, kill me. Side rant done. So hopefully what they're saying though is true. Okay, so we got Berserker. Let's just read this. A single heaving breath and gnashing of chains, blood spilt is but fuel for the flame. Berserkers are relentless warriors embodying raw fury and unmatched ferocity on the battlefield. Chain blades pull enemy into the fray. Twin axes deliver devastating blows, and the battle axe provides sturdy defense for allies. Fueled by rage, berserkers unleash relentless assaults, and further bloodshed only drives their power to new heights. Their destruction ends when all foes fall silent. Okay, so it's kind of like interesting. You know, I don't usually play like melee classes ever, but that seems interesting. Like, it's very distinct. I mean, twin axes is obviously like the I'm gonna go Rambo. Chain blades pull enemies into the fray. That seems like it could be really cool. And the battle axe is, I guess, like a more tanky hybrid. Assassin, neither here nor there, as silent as the death they grant. Assassins are masters of stealth and precision, striking from the shadows to eliminate their targets with ruthless efficiency. The saber and wrist blades deliver precise hits even amidst the chaos of battle, while the musket deals range damage to catch enemies unawares. They draw upon vigor and bloodlust to unleash devastating blows in quick succession. Reapers of death and executioners of fate, assassins wield the power of darkness. Their musket shots often signal victory. Okay. That's interesting. I wonder how like the musket really is gonna play into it's like a one-shot kill sniper type situation. I mean, I like the wording of the shadow stuff. Again, I kind of wonder how that's gonna play is because mages usually have blink, but is there gonna be like some sort of like in and out like I don't want to say blink, but like smoke screen / type of blink type mechanic going on. Yeah, I wonder how Assassin plays out. Because I assume with Assassin, it's kind of like they're saying where you need to do a lot of damage, get your combo off, and then get out. So I don't know. I wonder. It's ooh character customization. Hold up. Like I'm thinking like League of Legends Akali or something. Like how are you gonna get in and get out? What type of mobility abilities does the assassin have? Okay, so this actually looks pretty good. Wow. All I need to know, I mean, this guy looks decently black as a black dude. I just need to know that they're black hairstyles. That's all I want. But these are pretty good. Like, wow. Pretty good. Oh, wow. Okay. Awesome. Rather than focusing solely on competitive aspects, we want players to explore the seamless. Can I get... There we go. Can we change these to English? No? Alright, I just missed all of that. Whether wandering the woods, cutting trees, fishing, or teaming up against powerful monsters. That's what we want to hear, ladies and gentlemen. We love other skills other than combat. All right, MMOs, RPGs, please take note. Most of you are pretty good at this, but look, it is so beneficial for games that are going to be of scale, that are supposed to have years, if not decades long lifespans, to have other things to do outside of just combat. Because sometimes you want to log on and you don't want to engage in combat, like me in RuneScape. So we love to hear fishing. I wonder if that means, like fishing. So fishing, farming. Wait, did it say farming? It said cutting trees, wandering the woods, cutting trees, fishing, or teaming up. Okay, so I wonder if that means, there's cooking. What's the health system like? Is there cooking, and does food regenerate health? Is there potions? Does potions regenerate health? How do those things play into the game? It might seem like it's not a big deal, but as a RuneScape player, it's a very big deal. Okay, very big. I think just in general, people like MMOs that they feel like they can more or less live a different life in. And the reality is, in life, sometimes you're just going to do like some mundane tasks for the day. Sometimes you're just going to wash your clothes, I don't want to wash clothes in an MMO, but some days I might just want to log in and level up my fishing, collect resources or something, and not have to get my fingers working too hard. It looks beautiful. Odyssey unfolds in Cetera, a realm where past and future collide. I'll write that down. Here, the very laws of reality come undone as God's human and unknown entities known as the Void come to a head. The timestamp on this
기존
206.
MMORPG에서 보지 못했던 거대한 스케일과 혼돈과 절망을 표현하고 있습니다. 플레이어는 세테라를 통해 거대한 힘에 맞서 버티고 때로는 과거와 미래를 넘나들며
Okay, so there's
세상을
time travel.
바꿔야
I mean,
하는
this makes
존재입니다.
sense with Chrono.
강하기만 한 몬스터를 사냥하는 것이 아니라 이질적인 힘에 맞서고 성장하며 플레이어가 거대한
It's very
이야기 속의
ambitious.
일부가 되도록 만들고 싶었습니다.
Our goal was to okay, so hold up. Our goal was to immerse players in an epic narrative where they must confront forces far beyond their comprehension. Okay, as protagonist, that's very
때로는 과거와
ambitious.
미래를 넘나들며 세상을 바꿔야 하는 존재입니다. 강하기만 한 몬스터를 사냥하는 것이 아니라 이질적인 힘에 맞서고 성장하며 플레이어가 거대한 이야기 속의 일부가 되도록
I mean,
만들고
but all good
싶었습니다.
things to hear. Like,
오래전부터 감명
you
깊게
want to hear.
생각했던 게임인
I feel like that's some of the
크로노
things that like
트리거에서
MMOs have really struggled with in general. Is just narrative and storytelling. At least and it's funny because if you think about it, like some of the bigger MMOs are the ones that like do a very good job at like narrative and storytelling, right? Like RuneScape, say what you want about it, RuneScape has like very good storytelling and quest lines, you know. So does Final Fantasy and WoW. People are very invested in the WoW storyline. I never played WoW, so I don't really know what it is. But every time an expansion comes out, people are very invested in the story and the lore. There's entire channels dedicated to it. Destiny 2, you know, you can talk Destiny 1 and 2. You can talk all the crap you want about either one of those. But people are they're very invested in the lore. You have multiple hours long videos explaining the Destiny lore. You know, culminating in that last DLC that they released was at the Final Shape, where a whole bunch of people came back because they wanted to see how the story ended. So lore and like storytelling, especially in visually beautiful games, is so important in MMOs. I feel like it really it's I don't know, it's one of the things that keeps people there, you know, to be honest with you. Even right now in RuneScape, like one of my long-term goals is just to, you know, beat all of the quests and understand the story. I've even created another account with the intent of playing the game through the quest line, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go in quest order and play the game and beat the quest in order, so I can like feel like I'm a part of the story like completely instead of jumping in and out of different timelines. Yeah, story's big. So I like that they're focusing on immersive storytelling.
어떻게 하면 MMORPG에
I mean, it looks beautiful enough also just to be immersive. The time travel thing is going to be interesting though. How do you do that? How do you do that in an MMO?
결과적으로
Is that phases?
크로노 세계관은 코스믹 호러와
Building breeding types
시공간의
of cosmic
설정을
horror and
기준으로
space time.
탄생하게 되었습니다. 모두가 MMORPG에서 불가능할 거라 생각했던 시공간의 조작은 크로노텍터라는 이름으로 게임에 담아냈습니다.
The Chronotector. Okay.
크론 오디세이는 단순히
We didn't develop
기술적인
Chrono
솜씨를
Odyssey just to
보여주기 위해
showcase our
개발된
talent. Okay.
게임입니다.
These people came prepared because they know that one of the things people are going to claim is that this is just a tech showcase and it's never going to actually become real.
엔진 5를 선택한
I've seen it before.
최신 기술을 자랑하기 위해서가 아니라 우리가
Chosen real life to be the character. That is beautiful. That look at the scope and the freaking scale of this game. I wonder what the specs are going to be.
그래서 언리얼 엔진 5를 사용했다는 사실을 강조하고 싶진
I wonder what the specs are going to. I mean, it's going to run on.
기술을 통해 우리가
Oh, in-game finish. So we got parkour.
체감할 수 있도록 구현했고.
Ooh, okay, floating. So she's floating with a bow. So magic or something. Maybe that answers a little bit about the assassin question. So maybe we'll have like some sort of magical abilities regardless of the class that you pick. Because that's obviously an archer.
이 게임의 핵심은 현실과 비현실성.
Okay, let's see what he said about that. We wanted to create an environment where players feel perhaps without even realizing that they're under the influence of peculiar forces. Okay.
생존해야 하는 존재가 되도록 만들고 싶었습니다. 이 게임의 핵심은 현실과 비현실성, 익숙함과 낯섦의 공존입니다. 크로노 게이트를 비롯한 구조물들은 인간이 만든 것 같지만 인간의 손으로
man-made,
만든
but
것이
they're
아니며
not.
멀리서 바라보는 것만으로도 압박감과 위압감을 느낄 수 있도록 디자인되었습니다. 숲, 호수,
We portrayed
산맥 같은
natural
자연
environments
환경은
such as forests,
최대한
lakes, and mountain
사실적으로
ranges as
표현했고
realistically as
플레이어가
possible
직접
to
그 안에
further
들어가
enhance
있는
players'
듯한
engagement and
몰입감을
immersion.
줄 수 있도록 했습니다.
They look good. I mean,
이
just from the
세계의
stills.
곳곳에는 논리적으로
Obviously,
설명할 수 없는
it's kind of wait for the game to come
이질적이고
out. But I
거대한
mean,
존재들이
I'll say that like the stills look great, but it's even better knowing that they're going to put out a public playtest. Like that's great, you know. Because did I don't think New World had a public playtest, if I remember correctly. Maybe it did. Maybe I should not talk out of my cheeks. Let me Google it real quick. I think they just had early access. Okay, yeah. So they had a public playtest, which was not covered by the NDA, allowing participants to stream and share their experiences. Playtest was intended for beta signups, pre-order customers, and alpha testers. Okay, so that was August 25th. Let me see. When did New World release? Because I think I remember pre-ordering the game. So August 25th, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October. Okay, so there was space in between there. All right, can't crap on them too much, because they released on October 15th full release. And no, wait, hold up, that was the newest DLC. Wait a second. Okay, so August, so it released a month after. The public test was the 25th. The release date was September 28th. So released a month after. Okay, well, never mind. Can't crap on them too much. But I do think it's good that, you know, you're showing all this aesthetic footage. It's a good sign that they're having a public playtest, and there still isn't a release date either. So that's kind of a good thing too, honestly. So I feel like I don't remember exactly how new, but the fact that it was like, oh yeah, public test for everybody that already bought the game, and then they released it a month later, kind of meant that like there was no real room to improve, especially because that announcement or the release date was probably already announced anyways. I'd rather have somebody do a public playtest with no release date announced. That way they can take the feedback and, you know, without the stress of time, you know, fix their things.
세테라의 환경 또한
And it makes me feel good that they're confident enough about the world that they're willing to show it off early.
이해할 수 없는
Even
거대한
if it's not entirely complete.
우리를 내려다보는 공간입니다. 차원을 넘어 침공해온 보이드는 평범한 인간은 감히 저항할 수 없는 힘을 가지고 있으며
This is
그들의 흔적은 세계 곳곳에
incredible looking. I'm not gonna lie.
우리는 현실적인 환경
Bro, Ashes of Creation is actually dying right now. They are actually eating their hearts out right now. It's crazy. They're depressed because aren't they using Unreal Engine 5? Let's see. Which engine is Ashes of Creation using? Or are they using different one? Yeah, they switched to Unreal 5. They switched to 5. This game looks incredible. Hopefully it is incredible, but if it is, Ashes of Creation is going to be crying a little bit harder.
초현실적인 공간이 뒤섞이며 질서가 무너지고 인간이 감당할 수 없는 거대한
To be clear,
공포가 서서히 밀려드는 세계로 만들고 싶었습니다.
Realism, wait, let's see this.
서서히 밀려드는
I feel like
세계로
this line hit hard. By blending realism with surreal, we created a world where the order collapses and terror takes hold, far beyond what humanity can
만들고
withstand.
싶었습니다.
So to be clear about Ashes, I want that game to exist.
크론 오디세이에서 저희는
I just also don't want it to be a
플레이어가
Star
스스로
Citizen.
선택한 탐험과 모험을
Players
통해
to create their own
자신만의
stories through
이야기를
adventures and
만들어가기를
exploration they
원했습니다.
choose.
기존 MMORPG는 메인 퀘스트 라인이 강하게 잡혀 있어 대부분
Traditional MMORPGs
똑같은
often rely on a
루트를
fixed main quest line, forcing
하지만
more
크론
players.
오디세이는 이런 틀을 깨-
I wasn't done.
똑같은
So for players to follow the
루트를
same
따라가게
path.
하지만
But we took a
크론
different
오디세이는
approach so
이런
that players
틀을
can
깨고
experience the joy of
유저가
discovery on their own
직접 세상을
terms.
탐험하고 발견하는 재미를 느낄 수 있도록
Okay.
설계했습니다. 크로노텍터를 사용하면
The Chronotector
과거의
players can
흔적을
trace
추적하거나
remnants of the past or
미래를 미리
catch
엿보는
glimpses of the
방식으로
future.
탐험을 가능하며 유적을 조사하는 과정에서
While investigating ruins, they can manipulate time to reveal hidden paths or reconstruct past moments to discover entirely new routes. Okay, so you're not like going back in time, but you can. What's that one game? Oh, it's not really the same thing, but like Jedi Survivor, where like sometimes you can see where you can use the force on different items, kind of like
시간을
that.
조작해 숨겨진 길을 열거나
But that's cool.
과거의 모습을 재현하는 방식으로 새로운 길을 찾을
That's really cool. You know, okay, so another big thing, like that's good. That's really good. You know, because I feel like if you're gonna try, you cannot make an MMO that fits everybody, but you can put a lot of things in an MMO that are going to attract many different types of people. I feel like when it comes to MMOs, one of the things that I always hear from people, my friends that don't play MMOs, is that it takes a long time to get into, or the time investment, which sounds like the same thing, but there's a lot of like mundane tasks that you have to do in an MMO. I don't know how I'm going to phrase this, but it's like the MMO trope of like you got to spend 100 hours before you can really figure out if you like it is not very appealing to people who have never played an MMO. Also, the fact that like once you're in an MMO, I mean, I'm sure this game is going to have tasks. Personally, I like little random tasks. I do enjoy that. But the fact that a lot of the gameplay can be centered around little random tasks is usually a pretty big turnoff for people that don't play MMOs. Like, you know, if you've never played an MMO and you hop into RuneScape and you have to do like, you have to cook like 3,000 pieces of fish, that might be somewhat of a turnoff. So, that being said, what a lot of people do love to do is explore in immersive worlds, which is something that MMOs can kind of struggle with as well, especially since most of the graphics are dated. So the fact that this looks like a modern game and they have like more exploration that really does feel like it's coming out of just a straight up RPG, because that's like this time mechanic, this looking at walls or whatever and finding different paths, that really does feel like straight out of an RPG game. And that's something that I know like some of my other friends would probably play. So to put it into an MMO, like that's gonna probably, there's a chance that if you have friends that aren't usually into MMOs, there's a chance that this type of mechanic, these types of exploration things that come more from RPGs, you know, this kind of story building, this kind of narrative, the way that they're going about it instead of just doing like text-based quest lines, could attract more people into MMORPGs. You might be able to get some friends that wouldn't normally play to play. That's what I'm saying. In so many words. This is why we do somewhat scripted videos. Because I have a lot of words. And I need to write down my thoughts so I can make them more concise sometimes.
다양한 컨텐츠들을 발견하실 수 있습니다.
Including trial. Okay, wait, hold up. Aside from the main questline, players can enjoy a variety of content, including trials, labyrinths, and field bosses. Hold up, look at the map. Wait a minute. So, I wonder if there's smithing in this game or if this is just a smithing vendor. We got jewelry. So, I wonder if there's some sort of crafting or if this is just a jewelry vendor. Again, I don't know what this could be. Maybe, I wonder if there's houses. That would be cool. And this looks like potentially you just buying stuff. Maybe a bank or a discoverable chest here. I guess it really depends on what this whole area is. And outside looks like there's a whole bunch of combat options. Very interesting.
저희는 게임 내 대부분의 행동에 경험치를 분배하였습니다.
Most in-game activities grant experience points, allowing players to reach max level through gathering and crafting alone. Yes, Chrono Odyssey. Okay, again, what we don't want to see is you like curbing XP rates so hard for people that they feel like they're forced to buy things. But this, as long as they don't do that, this is great, because again, there are plenty of players. Man, I mean, that's like part of the joy of RuneScape, right? That's why like old school RuneScape content does decently well, despite it being literally a 20-year-old game, right? Is people find out or find ways to play their own way and kind of make their own game. And so giving people the option to not just to like be able to level or do X and Y, X and Y, X and Y, just exist and live in the world. If that's all they want to do is to exist and live in the world and make potions or cut down trees and craft and this and that, and that's all they want to do, man, you let them play that way. It, again, the more depth and options you can add into an MMO, the larger player base you're going to attract, assuming that you don't have scummy pay to like pay for, I don't care if it's pay to win or pay for, as long as you don't have like anti-consumer monetization in there, you're going to attract a lot of people if you allow people to play however they want to play and create their own game essentially within your game. It's something that I think RuneScape has done really well. Same with Final Fantasy. You know, there's plenty of people in Final Fantasy I think that like have beaten the story. I personally haven't beaten the story. I kind of want to play Final Fantasy, but I am an adult, and so time, like, if I want to make YouTube videos or do anything else and like learn things, I don't have enough time to play any MMO, really, unfortunately. As of now, who knows? Maybe that'll change in the future and I'll be able to play Final Fantasy till my heart's content. Anyways, not the point. Back on point. But Final Fantasy, also, there's people who I think have beat the story, maybe haven't even beat the story, but all they really do is like role play. They do fashion, whatever in Final Fantasy. You know, they play the game how they want to play it and they make it their own game. And that is awesome. You know, like, and Final Fantasy keeps subscriptions up just based off of the fact that people are allowed to play the game however they want to play it. So I like hearing this, that, you know, you can reach max level. You're not going to be cut off. You're not going to be hamstringed if you decide that you just want to gather and craft. Cool. Awesome. In most in-game activities, grant experience. Traditional MMORPGs haven't always been friendly to players who prefer non-combative activities. True, but in Chrono Odyssey, we've built a system where players can progress through exploration and crafting while benefits from trading and sharing information with combat-oriented players. True. We want to hear it. Okay, hold up. But there's so much going on in these clips. We got an in-game clip. Okay, what's going on over here? Left bumper. Look at all of these options. Are these all of your abilities that you can use? That's a little crazy. Also, there's a crossbow, but we have like hidden blades, or are this just arrows? It's double. These are arrows. Okay. And then we have all these dudes. So we got a tank, we got a ranger, tank, knight maybe, ranger, and a berserker. So we got, okay, so we got party of 5. Okay, cool. Left bumper opens up both of these. I wonder if these are like movement abilities. Looks like we got like some sort of smoke screen thing going on. But the real more important thing, first off, there's wheat. That's very important. Why? Why is wheat important? Because that means there's a chance that we have cooking. And we like to cook in games. Yes, we do. Secondly, there is mining and wood cutting. So that means that we could have smithing, fire making, maybe not like fire making, but at least you'll need wood to like start a fire. Maybe you can make your own arrows. I wonder if that means that there are, I mean, there has to be, right? Like there has to be. Obviously, you're going to have different weapon levels to a certain extent. So I wonder if that means you can make your own arrows, if there's different arrow types, if there's added effects you can put on arrows. Can you have flaming arrows? Can you have poison arrows? Can you have ice arrows? I don't think that really works in technically, unless you have like a mage enchant them or something. I don't know, but these are all interesting. What is this big guy in the back? Looks like a baddie. Also, can we just appreciate, side note, can we just appreciate the lighting going on, guys? Like, what in the world? Look at how the light is glancing off the leaves. It looks very real. I'm getting a little warm just looking at it. Like, this is crazy. This is not, he's probably getting a sunburn on his stomach. Anyways, look, man's even got a sun hat because he knows. What we got going on here? Okay, they really love this archer class. Level 30? He just got level 30. Also, wait, what are they collecting in these? I just realized there was a
강해질 수 있도록
pop-up when they did. Okay, so they didn't really collect anything. Oh, look, he's got a different layout for his abilities. How can I get these words to go away? We got potions. Oh, look, there's potions. So can we make potions? Questions that we have. Does it say advanced arch titanium ore? Okay. Another mineable rock. This rock didn't look any different though. Like it didn't look any. I wonder if you're going to be able to discern nodes, like what type of node has what type of thing. All right, so we're gathering this level 40. Wait, what was that? There's so many things. Thin fiber bundle. Okay, whatever. That's fine. All right. Okay, so name Melody. Nice. Man, you got an OG name already. Death privilege. All right, Ranger, World Release, Guild None, Guild Title None, Bow, Crossbow, Rapier. What? You have 3 different types of weapons? What? You have 3 different types of weapons? Okay, that's interesting. Chrono Odyssey, we built a system where players can progress through exploration and crafting while still benefiting from trading. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's okay, cool. Players can choose their own playstyle and progress in a way that suits them. Yes! You are saying such good things. We also minimize in-game guidance to encourage curiosity and let players discover the world themselves. Yes! Yo, I just got done playing Temtem for 30 minutes. Can I tell you that like one of my pet peeves, this is ADHD by the way, so this is how we do things. We connect with, we have a random thought and then connect it with something completely different. You're just gonna have to track with me. Can I tell you that one of my pet peeves in Pokemon was I played like Sun and Moon like way back then when it came out, and my pet peeve was that it felt like there was so much hand holding in the beginning of the game that it felt impossible to actually like get to the fun part, I guess, if that makes sense. And even in RuneScape, like when they changed the tutorial island stuff and you have that whole new area in Taverley or Birth Rope or whatever, like before I could figure out how to turn it off, like when I made a new account, it was the most frustrating thing because I was like, okay, I don't need you to hold my hand through all of this. I want to go just like explore and go hop into the world. And even with MMOs, like in general, MMORPGs in general, like a lot of times I don't want to have to sit there and go through a whole bunch of handhold nonsense. I just want to start. I'm okay with like entry quests. Those are fine. But like as long as the entry quests make you feel like you're actually starting in the world, you know, like Final Fantasy's entry quests, those I have played through, they actually make you feel like you're starting in the world. It doesn't feel like you're having your hand held completely. Same with like Guild Wars 2, you know, and that's what I want to see. I don't want you to hold my hand all the way through. Let me play the game. Let me experience the world. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to sit here and click through like 15 minutes of dialogue for 2 days. I don't know how that made sense, but you understand what I'm saying. Oh, whoa. Breaking away from traditional MMORPGs. I want to hear it. Many MMORPGs tend to force players into fixed roles. Yes, except for RuneScape, which is why I love RuneScape, such as tank, DPS, or healer, each with its own skill builds and gear requirements. Okay. Now, I will say that RuneScape is so loose and so soloable on everything that I have wanted to play a game where there is more defined roles, just so that I can experience that teamwork, because I think that's fun, and I think cooperative games are fun in general. But okay, well, let's hear. That being said, some games are way too restrictive. So yes, I agree. But Chrono Odyssey breaks away from the traditional model to encourage players to progress however they wish. Okay, so does that mean, because this is where RuneScape does shine? Okay, this is where it does shine. If it wasn't as such a soloable MMORPG, that's where it would shine, is that you can just kind of like, if you needed to be a healer in RuneScape, so long as you trained your stats, you could be a healer if that's what you needed to do. If you needed a tank, so long as you had the armor and you had the levels, you could be a tank. So like RuneScape is very hot swappable, depending on what players want to do and what role they want to fulfill. So is that what we're saying here? We wanted every battle in Chrono Odyssey to be meaningful. True, I want that too. Oop, combat, hold up. Let's see what this is about. We implemented parry and dodge mechanics to ensure outcomes aren't decided by stats alone. Let's go! Yes! 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 Again, this is so good. Okay, reason why is because, again, it opens up another avenue for players to play their own way. If you want to do like, there's that one dude in Elden Ring. I think he just does FromSoft games in general, but I forget what his name is. But he runs around with no clothes, and that's how he beats the game. He just no clothes, no armor. He just goes in, beats the game. I forget what his name is. Right? If you want to play a game that way, you should be allowed to play a game that way. This also helps not like, I don't know how the economy is going to be. But this helps add like more like emphasis on skill to the game, I guess. Because one of the things that does suck and can be toxic for MMORPG communities is how, and I'm sure this will happen in this game because it just happens in every other game, but getting gear locked or locked out of something because of gear is not fun, especially when gear can be hard to obtain. Even worse, when you want to do content and like, this is the toxic part where like you want to join a group and you want to do a raid or whatever the case may be, but they're saying like, elite high end communities will often not let you join groups or raids if you don't meet their specific gear requirements and whatnot, because you ran the numbers. If you're doing X and Y damage, or you're not doing, you don't have enough defensive capability here, you're probably not going to make it through the raid, so you're not going to be allowed in, yada yada yada. It's going to happen in this game. However, it does feel good that like if it I don't know how to say it, it at least opens up an opportunity for people that aren't going to be as serious to still play the game and join groups that are slightly more serious, but not the elite group, because you're never going to join those without top end gear. But slightly more serious groups, just based off of the fact that you could be, you might have enough skill to stay. I don't know how to say this. I'm fumbling so hard on my words, but I hope it makes sense. Like it's great that the MMO bossing is not going to be just a whole bunch of stat checking. That can be very boring, and that can be very limiting, and then that can create elitist communities who only want to have you on if you meet their stat requirements, and it just sucks all the way around. But if you throw in, skill and mechanics, kind of like Elden Ring and whatnot, then as you can see with that one guy that runs around naked, if you have enough skill, you're still going to be able to be a positive force in the fight. Love it. Okay, sorry, that was a lot. Fumbling on my words so hard, but like, I love to see it. I love to see it. It also just, even outside of that, it'd be fun to go, like if you already have a group of friends, just to be able to go in and run into a dungeon or a raid or whatever the case. I don't know if there are dungeons or raids in this game. It sounds like there were, the trials and the labyrinths and whatnot. Not gear prepped but just able to go in and like, there's still a chance for you guys to win if you guys just play it right. That's fun. That lowers the barrier to entry, which is good. Like if you want to be super efficient and high end, then yes, go get the gear, get the items and whatnot, gear yourself accordingly. But that being said, if you guys are just casual, you're not prevented from like trying content just because you are casual. If you guys are a group of people that work, only have a couple hours a week, and you want to hop in and do a raid and you feel like you can dodge and duck and weave and parry your way to success, then hey, power to you. And again, it just opens up extra challenge for people that want to play that way, which could create more content. And the more content you have centered around the game, the more eyes get on it. The more eyes get on it, the more people are willing to try it, which more people are willing to try it, better numbers, longer lasting game in theory, hopefully. So it's good. Additionally, the system is designed to let every player contribute in their own way, offering more flexibility in combat. That is exactly what I'm trying to say. He just said it better. This is why we do slightly scripted videos, people. Thank you for showing up if you are. Rather than sticking to conventional MMORPG content like large-scale siege battles or arena-style PvP, we aim to deliver a unique experience through a distinct PvE VP system. What does that mean? Player versus environment versus player, so we fighting each other. I kind of want to just. Sorry, I love big bosses. Okay, what is this? So we got this guy like triple bleeding, plus slowed. Is that what's going on? Also, what are these buffs? Oh, he's got the. Oh, we got weapon swapping. So we have the like he's got the chain. I forget what they call it, chain cleavers, whatever, and the axe. It looks like if he hits Q, it swaps. We got weapon swapping.
투기장 같은 단순 PVP 콘텐츠에서 벗어나 대규모
I feel like I just want to watch this over and over again.
PVP
Look at the fluidity. Look at the fluidity of the
투기장 같은 단순 PVP 콘텐츠에서
Ranger's
벗어나
dodgeback.
PVEVP 방식의 차별화된 콘텐츠를
Okay.
제공하려고 노력하였습니다.
Wait, is that
크로노 방식의 차별화된 콘텐츠를
those
제공하려고
are those dudes?
노력하였습니다.
Are those like enemy
크로노
dudes?
오디세이는 차별화된 콘텐츠
Also, I like how they have like if you notice the or maybe I'm tripping. Oh no. Yeah, they have like the yellow square, blue circle, red triangle above people's heads, so
크로노 오디세이는
it's easier to attract people. Unlike other MMORPGs, Code Odyssey is built for smaller scale play.
수 있는 게임입니다. 처음에는
What's that
한두
mean?
명이 멀티플레이를
Players start out either solo or with a small group, gradually expanding their party over time. Okay.
만렙 이후에도 최대 5인
So again, good. There is something to be said about large scale raids. And to be honest, I would love to be a part of one. Like I would love to play WoW and then be a part of a large scale raid. However, I do think that one of the daunting things about MMOs for a lot of, and probably one of the things that's attractive to me about RuneScape and why I've played it so long or continue to play it, is that for MMOs, a lot of times you do have to have like you have to join a guild. If you want to do like higher end content and whatnot, you have to have a decent amount of people to do it, to do higher end content. RuneScape is nice because pretty much everything is soloable. And for somebody to get into a game where there's a completely new community, whole different thing, you know, it can be a lot to ask somebody to throw themselves completely into a community. So the fact that this one's starting off with the intent of like, okay, there's going to be a lot of solo players. There's going to be a lot of, essentially what they're saying is there's going to be a lot of first timers who don't know jack about joining MMOs, communities, who don't know jack about joining clans or guilds or whatever the case would be. Because let's be real, even just in shooters and whatnot, like how many people are actively joining clans and guilds today nowadays? You know what I mean? Like when I was a kid, like the early 2000s, like, yeah, you would go out and at least on PC, you would go out, you would, you know, join a server. You'd really like the server, so you'd look out for, you go Google their forums, find their forums, you know, fill out an application to join their clan, and then you're part of a clan. And like being a part of a clan or a guild was a big deal when I was a kid. But nowadays, I don't think people really do clans or guilds. You know, people kind of game in an antisocial way, myself included. So, but being aware of that, there's going to be a lot of people that are new to MMOs and they're trying to attract those new players and starting it off. So like, yeah, you're good if you play solo. And at most, you know, you play up to 5 people. That kind of keeps it nice and condensed. It allows you to have a tight friend group rather than needing like to join a guild with 20 people, some of whom you don't like, some of whom, you know, just to try and get content done. I'd rather run a game over and over again with my solid group of 3 to 4 to 5 friends than, you know, have 5 solid friends that I know I can count on and then have to go do a party finder to see if I can get like 5 extra people to run a raid, you know? We see any other classes in here? No, same classes. Even at max level, games encourages players to stick with a 5-man party, emphasizing our vision for shared exploration and collective adventure. Cool! We like it. I like the collective adventure thing. Does that mean that you can just run through the story too as like a collective? Man, this sounds so cool. I hope they have houses. First we play. What about classes? At first we plan to clearly separate roles like in other MMORPGs, but as development progressed, we realized the need for hybrid classes. So we made classes like Assassin and Ranger. Okay, so there's hybrid classes. We introduced a variety of weapons to move beyond the fixed class roles and support more flexible and varied playstyles. Above it all, it was important to ensure that healers and tanks wouldn't struggle when playing solo. True. If y'all want to have healers in your party, they can't feel like absolute dog when you're playing by yourself. To that end, we designed healers to be able to progress independently. Okay. An MMORPG doesn't mean that players should always be in a party. True! Our goal was to let players progress in battle as they see fit.
크론 오디세이의 전투는
Combat in Chrono Odyssey
단순한
revolves
스킬
around a
연결이
weapon swap set.
무기
Okay, so cool.
스왑을
Yeah.
활용한
Yeah,
깊이
yeah.
있는
So
전투
in lieu of
시스템을
skill
지향합니다.
chaining. Write down below how you feel about that. I personally don't really care. Honestly, I think weapon swapping might be better for a game like this. Just looking at the combat, I'll say that, like, just looking at the combat, side note, this looks more like, again, like a modern game. You know, we don't, doesn't look like we have like tab targeting or, you know, player locking or whatever. Not that player locking is bad. It's not the right word of what I'm looking for, but the combat looks more akin to Elden Ring, you know, From Software games, as opposed to, you know, RuneScape or Final Fantasy or WoW, which is good. So I feel like because of that, it's actually probably really good to have weapon swapping instead, because that allows combat to remain fluid. Whereas skill chaining can be kind of static. Also, actually, I think that like it helps you be a little bit more creative, because like in PoE, I mean PoE 2 is, you know, you can still be very creative, but, and I'm sure this will happen, people are going to meta the game out, but usually what happens when you have skill chaining is people just find whatever the most meta thing is, and then they just do the same things over and over again, and it actually kind of like, it's not very creative. It's not very skill expressive, I guess. Whereas like weapon swapping, I guess it like I'm confused about skill chaining. So it's like, do you have different skills? I feel like you would kind of need to with magic. But regardless, I think weapon swapping, at least with melee and range, actually allows there to be like more skill expression. If that makes sense. I don't really know how to explain it, but it just, I don't know, it gives you that extra level of fluidity in combat, you know, where you, instead of like having to, I need to do this so that I can do this, so I can do this big thing, kind of like how you would in PoE 2, it allows you to be more reactive and, you know, adaptive based off of your situation. At least in my head, that's how I'm thinking about it. Which can mean that people could have some fun playstyles. And it, I don't know. I also love like having to push a lot of buttons, so I'll take weapon swapping. Though I'm not good at it, to be clear. I'm really not good at weapon swapping games. But shoot, I might have to learn. Oh, here we got an example. Okay, let's see. The Assassin Ranger hybrid is interesting. I wonder how that works, because you have close up and long range. But I guess the Assassin also has a musket, so okay. Anyways. Oh, she just busted out the sword. C encourages players to switch between two weapons strategically during combat. But what weapons did he switch to? It's so interesting how the different devs have different HUD layouts. This guy's got a shield and a sword. Initially, we were concerned the system might feel too complex or overwhelming, but we believe that it would add meaningful depth to combat if players could naturally come to understand its value. Oh, look at it. It's like a great sword. And then he's got the shield. Oh, he just swapped. That's exactly why we're introducing an elite boss early in the game, so players who only use a single weapon will struggle due to skill to cooldowns. So they really are saying like, yo, once you start, it's on. Like, we're really not trying to hold your hand. Like, we're not going to have you, we're going to let you explore on your own. You're going to figure things out on your own. Here's an elite boss, so you understand that like you need to like get good or get dropped. That's okay. So there are skill cooldowns. I guess that was obvious from before that there were skills over here, but there are skill cooldowns. So you're going to need a weapon swap in order to not just be running around like a helpless puppy. Because once you use your abilities to go on cooldown, then you'll have to swap to your other weapon. Okay. How's that different than skill chaining though? I mean, I guess skill chaining is more like I said with PoE, it's like 1 to 3. You set up with 1, and then you do 2, and then you do 3, and 3 gives you the big boom. But I like that. Oh man, this game, please.
자연스럽게 무기 수합의 필요성을 체감하게 됩니다.
Please be cool.
Easy to learn, hard to master라는 철학을
Based on the philosophy of easy to learn and hard to master. Yes. We love low skill floor, high skill ceiling. That's like one of the things I said about Naraka Blade Point. I don't know if the skill ceiling is actually that high, but it felt that way when I first played it. I haven't really played it since. So like when did I win Element OP? Where'd it go? There we go. Yeah, I haven't played her since 2022. But that was one of those games where it was like, it just felt like from the jump that like it was actually, it's easy to play when you start, but like the skill expression at the higher end would probably be really intense.
활용하는 것이 필수적인 요소가 될 거라 생각합니다.
I want to see that again.
더 깊이 파고들수록 다양한 전략이 펼쳐지는 구조입니다.
Okay, so he's got doubles. So he got dual swords.
펼쳐지는 구조입니다. 엔드게임에서도
Oh, he's using the chain axes.
다양한 전략이
I want to see you
펼쳐지는
pull
구조입니다.
somebody with those things.
엔드게임에서도 무기 수합을
Man.
활용하는 것이 필수적인 요소가 될 거라 생각합니다. 무기 수합이 단순한 교체가 아니라
Swapping isn't just a switching gear.
전투 중
It also grants passive buffs, letting you shift your setup in real time during combat. Oh, okay.
무기에 따라 다른 스타일이
Since each weapon features a distinct style, your playstyle can change dramatically depending on which combination you use.
전투가
We didn't want combat to rely heavily on skill numbers or HUD elements. These guys are really saying, bro, you better get good with your fingers. That's really what they're saying. You better, man, it's giving like, what's that one game that I never really played that into because there was no PvE and I'm a PvE player. Shoot, what is, I mean, I have it. I own it. Was it Desert? It's that, man, what is the game? Is it Desert? Yeah, Black Desert. Like same, it's giving that. Like you need to know what you're doing. Like get good with your fingers. Get good with your fingers. Know your combos or whatever you want to do.
그리고 테크닉 의존하는 방식이 아니라
Like we're not. It's man.
직관적으로 자신의 공격 패턴을 만들고
We're not doing this whole like, I mean, numbers and whatnot matter, but like it's gonna be more about like your just skill with your weapons. Okay, all right, I love it. Instead, we want to emphasize creating your own attack patterns and using techniques against enemies so that combat feels fun and engaging. All right, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Rather than creating too many skills, we design each one to have multiple functions. Oh, wow, okay. Situational skill usage will prove crucial in the heat of battle. Okay. Now I'm curious about the skills. Chrono Odyssey's combat and weapon swap systems are simple at their core but very in-depth. When players switch the weapons, the flow of battle shifts, giving them the freedom to shape their own combat style. I kind of like these big axes, not gonna lie. But I still feel like I'm going to stick with magic. When developing Chrono Odyssey, our philosophy around combat and adventure was core to how we built the game's content. For combat, for the closed beta test, combat is divided into two main types, single player and party-based content. Okay. So single player content is the Chrono Gates and the Trials. I wonder what the Trials do, like, because I'm in PoE 2 brain where Trials gives you more power. I kind of wonder what Trials does here. Party-based content, expedition dungeons. Okay, so we got dungeons, aka raids in my head, and region bosses.
컨텐츠도 나뉘게 됩니다. 1인 도전형 컨텐츠에서는 플레이어 개인의 실력과 전략이 무엇보다 중요하게 적용됩니다.
Single player, oh wait, sorry, I was just focused on the screen. Single player content requires players to rely on skill and strategy. Okay. These experiences are meant to push players, making them grow stronger by facing challenges head on. We love a challenge. Chrono Gates are a good example. Let's talk about it. In one-on-one battles against powerful Void Apostles, players must read enemy patterns and respond strategically. Ooh, what is this? What is this? Okay. So, I mean, look at this. So we got like environmental dangers plus attacks. Each encounter will hone their skills and strengthen their character.
난이도는 높지만
Difficulty is high, but so is the sense of
클리어 시
achievement and the
얻는
value of rewards.
특별한
Okay,
보상이
so
그만큼
Chrono
크게
Gates is like a
와닿을
boss,
것입니다.
like you
또
just
다른
a boss
도전형
gauntlet.
콘텐츠인 시련은
Trials are another single-player experience designed to offer more than just combat. Players will travel across time and space, facing puzzles, traps, and randomized mechanics, creating a new experience with every run.
랜덤하게 등장하며
Interesting.
매번 새로운 플레이 경험을 제공합니다. 이 과정에서 플레이어는
Along the way, players will not only refine their combat skills, but also test their creativity and decision making. I wonder what that means. Test your creativity and decision making. We designed party based content to emphasize teamwork and strategic coordination. Expedition dungeons are a good example, designed for 3-player parties where each player takes on a unique role, making teamwork essential. I like it. Unlike large-scale raids found in traditional MMORPGs, Chrono Odyssey offers a more focused co-op experience that delivers tactical gameplay even with a small group. Okay, I love it. I love it, honestly. Genuinely. Region bosses present challenges on a much larger scale. The dirty part of me says that I love it even more so because it really does feel like you're an elite unit running in to take down a baddie. You know what I mean? As opposed to like, well, we have strength in numbers. Region bosses, guardians, the powerful protectors, etc. require players to work together. Ceteras, probably. Sounds more magical. Multiple parties must coordinate and combine their strength to prevail. Okay, so you gotta get with a bunch of people. Those who overcome the challenge will earn unique equipment linked to the game's lore, not only strengthening their characters, but also revealing more about the world itself. Man, the depth seems crazy. The depth in this game seems crazy.
성취감을 얻을 수 있는 핵심적인 게임 플레이를 목표로 하였습니다. 1인용 도전 컨텐츠에서는
Solo challenge is all about skill and strategy, while party content leans into teamwork and playing your role effectively.
팀워크와 역할의 분담이 중요해집니다. 유저들은
In Chrono Odyssey, players can choose a combat style that fits their playstyle, allowing them to experience the game in a way that feels uniquely their own.
탐험과 컨텐츠는 크게 개인 경험 중심의 콘텐츠와
Exploration is divided into two types of content, player-driven and goal-oriented. Player-driven content allows players to freely explore the freely explore the world of Cetera at their own pace. Our goal was to encourage players to explore, discovering hidden lore and carving out their own path. Along the way, your journey naturally ties into character growth, making exploration feel more personal and immersive. Labyrinths are a prime example. These twisted rifts in time and space are filled with puzzles and moments of discovery. See? Again, like, I don't know if there's combat in this, but again, this is cool. It's so good to just have a variety. I cannot stress that enough. It's good. Oh, look, it even says, we designed Labyrinths to offer a break from intense combat, giving players a chance to enjoy the thrill of exploration. So if you're not feeling it, you can, skill, you can go do these puzzle, like essentially, puzzle dungeon. It's just so good to have so many different types of content for people to do. It's so good. A special treasure awaits at the end of each labyrinth, along with the possibility of uncovering more secrets. Time portals, on the other hand, or I heard him say time portals, but on the other hand, time portals let players step into the past where they can gather rare materials and items tied to overarching story. So does it just progress the story? Do I get stronger gear? These moments not only reward exploration, but also deepen immersion by revealing more of the world's lore. Fair enough. Bounty hunting. Ooh, what? Bounty hunting. Okay. Oh, okay. So you're bounty hunting NPCs. Bounty hunting blends open world exploration with goal-oriented gameplay, giving players a clear sense of direction. We designed bounty hunting so players can freely explore while always having a goal to guide them through Cetera's vast open world. I wonder how big the world actually is. During their hunt, players will naturally come across new areas and gain opportunities to discover hidden secrets. Bounty hunting isn't just about eliminating threats. It places players in the role of peacekeeper, removing threats and restoring calm to Cetera. That purpose adds meaning to the experience, making bounty hunting feel even more immersive. For character progression, we took a different approach. Oh, hold up.
크로노디스
Is this a crafting
의
table?
성장 시스템
Process. I think it is a crafting table. Okay, this is big. Okay, so we have sickles. Now, what do we know about sickles? Okay, let me not, because it could just mean that you need a sickle to gather herbs, but it also could mean that we have farming.
시스템은
Big.
전통
We can. I don't know what resource is, but we have mining, we have logging, we have gathering. Okay, it's probably just gathering. Probably can't create your own farm, and we have butchery. Okay, what do we?
을 하실 것이라
I feel like
생각하였습니다.
we went real fast over something.
크로노디스의 성장 시스템은
Resource. Oh my god. Oh, can we do it? Nah, I completely lost my place.
게임에 더 몰입할 수 있는 경험을 하실 것이라 생각하였습니다. 크로노디세이의 성장 시스템은
I will capture you.
전
Okay. So resources, processed oil made with enigmatic energy, mainly used for crafting cloaks. Okay. Polishing grit, advanced processed oil, advanced polishing grit, superior processed oil. Okay, interesting. So that has something to do with clothes. So I thought it was potions, but nope. Go back to normal speed.
전통적인 방
Extra crafting luck bonus. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
식을 벗어나
Oh no.
크로노디세이의 성장 시스템은
Okay,
전통적인
that could be the only concerning thing. Oh no. Okay, so part of the frustrating thing about Lost Ark and why it is so frustrating is that you can get all the materials for something and craft it, and like you could get all the materials for your next item to like, so in Lost Ark, your armor and your gear and the upgrades that are on them are directly connected to your power level. Like there is no, or at least not that I remember, there isn't really a level in Lost Ark after you reach max level. It's just dedicated to your power armor or your armor. And the way to upgrade your armor is by farming resources, and basically then you just gamble your resources that you collected into the armor, hoping that you successfully craft the next tier of armor. However, the failure rate is pretty high after a certain point. And so we end up doing is either paying for a whole bunch more materials via your credit card, or you spend a lot of time on multiple accounts farming materials for the crafting upgrades and funneling them into your main account to give your main account more chances to get the upgrades. Also, the amount of materials that you can get is artificially locked because you can only do so many of the events that you need to do a day on one character. So it's just really, really toxic system, right? But the main point is that in order to get your next piece of gear, it's based around luck. You know, like you click craft and you have no control over whether you succeed or not. And so the only thing that I'd be concerned about is just with this extra crafting luck bonus. I don't know what it means. And I guess other games have it, like in RuneScape, if you smith iron ore, there's always a chance that the iron ore could fail smithing and then you just lose the ore. But that's like one instance. I would hate to see this game have a system where you can spend a lot of time getting something just to fail and like have that be a major part of monetization. If that makes sense. I don't really care if you fail at things per se, so long as it's not ridiculous. But if the fail rate is high and it forces people to want to buy in-game items, or, you know, in order to progress, that feels terrible. So I don't know what this means, but I don't like the way that it looks. Players can develop their character freely based on the path they choose. Wait, did we see it? Jewel socket imbued with very high chance upon acquiring. Your own will attribute Viewed with very high chance. Okay, this doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't look like there's luck based. So maybe it's just in
시스템은 전통적인
or it could be that maybe it could just be that like maybe this is material has extra luck imbued, so like maybe you have increased drop chance if you craft an item with it.
방식을 벗어나
You know what I mean? Like you craft some armor with it, and or I don't know.
오디세이의 성장 시스템은
I'm trying to be positive here, but maybe you craft your armor with it, and you know the armor has increased luck. So if you take that into a raid, you have a higher chance of getting an item.
플레이어가 선택한 방식대로
Kind of like a
자유롭게
PoE
캐릭터를
type thing
발전시킬 수
with the
있도록
rarity
설계되었습니다.
modifier.
그 중심에는 제작과 강화가 있습니다.
Okay, hopefully. At the heart of the system is crafting and enhancements. Okay, so this is probably where it could be concerning. Players can develop their character freely based on the path they choose. At the heart of the system is crafting and enhancements. That's where it's going to be concerning, because that is where games like Lost Ark drain your bank account, because the ability to craft your items easily, not even easily, but just not painstakingly, it just does not exist in these games. You know, like the crafting portion is like the success rate is made artificially low so that you feel like you're forced to either play a lot more or you are forced to pull out the credit card and pay for things. So if the heart of the system is crafting and enhancements, and the most positive viewpoint, that's a good thing, because it means that, hey, you're going to go out, you're going to raid in dungeons, you're going to gather things, and you're going to, you know, get rare items and put them together to make a better item, just like you would in any other MMO, like in RuneScape or WoW or Final Fantasy or Guild Wars 2. Then that's the positive viewpoint. The negative viewpoint is that they're saying that crafting is the source of your power, and therefore if you don't have items, which are going to be hard to get, and if you fail once you get the item to make your thing, then you're going to be forced to basically buy if you want to stay up there. Now, granted, I will say outside of that, that's the most pessimistic view. You know, there are also plenty of people who play Lost Ark who don't spend a dime, so there's that. And I think I saw a post somewhere where somebody was saying, you know, that the max power thing in Lost Ark is not something you have to do. It's something that, you know, the nerdiest of nerds do, and you can very easily play the game without being max power. So, I mean, we'll see. And the other positive thing is that they already said that, you know, that they've built combat in a way that makes it so that you don't need the best armor to go into a dungeon or raid. You know, they have parrying, they have dodging, so those are good things, but this would probably be the most concerning thing, just on the way that they're wording it. Using life skills, players can gather rare minerals or craft high tier equipment that directly impacts their character's strength, which is good. As long as you're not paywalled by it. Enhancements are powered by materials earned through various activities like combat, exploration, and gathering. Okay, so wait, maybe that was all for nothing? Because look, he just did that, and there was, I mean, granted it's a lower level item, but there's no like, you might miss this. But again, it could be in the materials that you have an issue. So many ways to obtain these materials. Players can progress their character according to their playstyle. We've also reduced risks tied to enhancements. Okay, so it is going to be like gambling. We've reduced the risk tied to enhancements, which is good. So even when progression slows, so it'll be another way to grow stronger. Oh no, okay. The crafting and enhancement system are deeply connected. Players who focus on combat can gather materials. Whoa, that was fast. Materials through boss fights and dungeons. Meanwhile, those who prefer non-combat route can still reach the highest level purely through crafting and gathering. Even when the progress slows. Okay, so again, the pessimistic view means that they're saying that when you start to come across things that are going to be harder to get, and you start failing a lot when you're trying to craft them. Like once you get your materials and you try and craft them, and then you start failing a lot, you know, your progress naturally slows because you're not completing the crafts. That's the negative side. Positive side just means that once you get to the higher levels, just like in any other MMO, like in RuneScape, you know, if I want to get, I forget what because I'm a high level noob in that game, but forget what the, you know, top level bow is in that game that comes from like the Zammy God Wars fight from God Wars 2, or the one where you fight Zamorak. Anyways, somebody can correct me. Excuse me. But now I even lost my train of thought. But the oh yeah, I lost my train of thought. All right, we continue.
결국 크론 오디세이의 성장은 플레이어의 선택에 따라 결정되며 각자의 방식.
Oh, I guess the positive side is that they're saying that, like, so for like the Zamorak fight, if you want to get that bow, it's going to take you a lot of kills to get that bow because it is, you know, it's worth a couple billion. It is I think the best bow in the game still. So it's not going to be, if you're trying to get that next level up, it's not going to be something that you just simply go do 1, 2, 3 times. It's going to be something that you grind at to get that one resource to give you that upgrade to hit that next power level. And they could be meaning that. That's the positive side. If they're meaning that, like, you know, eventually you're going to get to the end game where rare resources are going to be harder to come by just because it's going to be that much, you know, much of a bump in power level, that's fine. You know, nothing wrong with like having to do dungeons or raids repeatedly. That's what you do in every MMO.
식으로 자유롭고 깊이 있는 성장의 재미를 느낄 수 있습니다. 이번 1차 CBT는 크론 오디세이의 첫 번째 테스트입니다. 완성된 게임을
Our goal isn't to present a perfectly polished version, but to gather feedback from players and continue to improve the game.
더욱 발전시키려는 과정입니다.
One of the core elements we're focusing on during this CBT period is improving the multiplayer experience. An MMORPG should be all about playing together, and we want to make sure that's reflected in Chrono Odyssey. We'll be working on content density to make the world feel alive, and continuing our efforts to make exploration more immersive and ensure there's a strong sense of discovery as you journey throughout the world. In Chrono Odyssey, there's no right or wrong way to progress. Whether you enjoy crafting, gathering, exploring, questing, or simply engaging in combat, the game is designed to reward you for playing your way.
저희는 크론 오디세이라는 세계를 전달하는 데 있어 MMORPG라는 틀이 가장 이상적이라고 생각하였습니다. 그렇기 때문에 계속되는 세상을 만들기 위해서
Planning to introduce new regions and create unique content centered around the themes of time and space.
독창적인 콘텐츠들을 확장해 나갈 계획입니다. 시공간의 여행을 일반적으로 떠올렸을 때 생각되는 포탈을 통한 시간 이동이 아니라
And a system where players can move between different timelines seamlessly. Man, they really just called out PoE2 and everybody else. Like, we don't use portals.
한 지역이 끝나면 다음 지역이 열리는
Wait to move away from the usual structure. Instead, the world revolves around player actions, with new areas unlocking as you explore further. With Chrono Odyssey, our goal isn't to keep adding systems without due cause. We want players to shape the world through their own actions and feel truly immersed in the process. Chrono Odyssey isn't a game we plan to launch and leave behind. What matters most to us is creating a game that grows and evolves alongside its players. To everyone joining the upcoming CBT, there's one thing we'd like to say. Don't just follow the quest line.
Chrono Odyssey isn't about moving from one objective to the next in a straight line. We want you to embrace the spirit of exploration, share your discoveries with the community, and find your
probably
own
gonna
way
have to
in this vast, mysterious world.
Watch this a couple more times on my own. The only negative is just what the hell is monetization going to be? The story will continue to unfold after launch with new regions, classes, and a wide range of content that expands the world and deepens explanation. I mean, it looks beautiful. Like, it's... If this game even remotely delivers, it's going to be a great MMO. But the question is, what the hell is monetization? Because they didn't bring that up at all. Is anybody else asking that? Okay, so, I mean, same thing. Korean company at the end. Let's see how this turns out. Chrono Odyssey would be B2P, so I have hopes it will not be like Throne and Liberty. Oh, it's going to be buy to play. Okay, we like that. Yeah, I'd much rather pay a fee or pay and then own it. And I'd rather pay a monthly subscription than have broken. The thing is, okay, so I personally don't care about people paying to win if it's a PvE game. Like, technically you can pay to win in RS3 and I don't care. I know there's some people that really do care. I don't care. If you want to spend $10,000, not that that's how much it costs. I don't know how much it costs, but if you want to spend $10,000 to own all the best gear and have max stats in RS3, you know, through bonds or whatever, hey, more power to you. I don't care. If that's what you find fun and then you want to go and, you know, do bosses and raids and whatnot, then hey, more power to you. That's fine. I really don't care. It doesn't really affect my game at all. You can make arguments that it affects the economy and whatnot, whatever. It doesn't. I just don't care. There's bigger things to care about. I get it in a PvP game, you know, like if you could just, I don't know if you can or can't, but if you could just pay to win in Black Desert or something. But even Black Desert, it's, you know, there's such a skill ceiling that like you could probably buy a lot of crap and then get beat up by somebody who's worse than you because, or has less stuff than you because they're actually just better at the game. But I get in a PvP game or something where, you know, if you spend $100, you get this weapon that basically one-shots people. Okay, that sucks. I don't care about buy to power though in PV. It's just whatever. If people want to play their game that way, that's how they can play the game. Only thing I would care about, and this is like the thing that Korean games have done, is if they make it so that progression, just to progress, you have to pay. That's all I care about. If I'm trying to play the game like a normal person, like I'll pay for the subscription. I will pay for the game, and I'll pay for the game and pay for the subscription. I don't care about that. I'll pay for cosmetics. But if you make it so that like I get to a point where like I grinded this thing for 10 hours just to get like 5 tries on a craft, and then like I fail all of those because the craft percentage chance is like less than 3%, then it's a horrible game. It's a horrible game. Box price sub pay to win cash app is baseline these days. Again, I don't really care about pay to win. If they want to buy items, fine, as long. Korean MMO developers have been doing it the last 20 plus years. You must be some of the final few to still have not figured it out yet. It's going to be pay to win eventually at some point, the way Koreans been doing it now for the last 8-ish years. Is release a game with no pay to win at the start, get everyone hooked and invest in the game. Then within 3 to 6 months after they feel players have been invested enough to not want to leave, they introduce pay to win crap. They do this every damn time. I'm sorry you have not learned of this yet. They have already confirmed there will be no pay to win aspects at all, only cosmetics and stuff like that. All right, that's going to be the big thing. So let's is Chrono Odyssey. Wait, let's just do Chrono Odyssey monetization. Let's see if there's any news about that, because that's going to be the biggest thing. Be buy to play model rather than free to play model. Fine with that. Players will need to make a one-time purchase to gain access to the game, but there won't be a subscription fee. Okay, I don't know how monetization keeps going then. Additional details about the monetization system, such as optional in-game purchases like cosmetic items, battle passes, or expansion packs, have not yet been confirmed. That does not help me. That does not help me. Does not tell me what I want to know. You detected an ad blocker. Yes, you did. So now this is the release window for 2 of its most anticipated MMORPGs. Right. But what about the monetization? That is all we care about. That will literally break the game for me. So I guess that one guy on YouTube was talking out his cheeks. Because it doesn't seem like... All we know is that it's buy to play. And that does not mean that they won't, you know, make the resources an absolute grind fest. Oh, I hope not, because this would literally be a great game. I would rather pay a subscription, but let's be real. The real money is always going to be in getting your people to pay for power. It's always going to be the bigger thing. Big point in MMO games, Cacao in the West, 0 chance they won't sell enhancements to your progression. As long as it's not crafting enhancements. I don't care if you buy weapons outright. I really don't. Just don't make the crafting miserable for people who don't want to buy full-on weapons. So, buy to play in the West, and this game looks like a spiritual successor to BDO in many ways. They can basically monetize this game in all the same ways they monetize BDO. With BDO, now they came up with a new name. So what is BDO's monetization? Because I never really... What is BDO? Also, I started to play the shit out of this game 3 years ago and loved it until I reached the famous paywall where things get very tedious if you don't pour huge amounts of real money into the game. Yes, that's what I'm afraid of. Didn't know you needed a bunch of money to play the game. The only thing I ever bought you could call as pay to win is a ghillie suit and a tent. I'm semi-FTP, meaning I paid for the initial boost like weight trainers, flute, underwear, headshot. What? Major differences are the essential... Okay, let's see. See if anybody has a video on this. Is BDO... Wait. BDO monetization... Part 1.
All right, Schnookums. So this was all supposed to be one video, but it ended up just becoming this massive run-on sentence. To you guys about what do I consider pay to win. I consider almost everything pay to win. I'll be honest. Being able to buy an advantage to me is pay to win. Things like subscription fees or actually just paying for the game, I don't really find as like super pay to win. But if you can spend money in a game and gain advantage, to me that is just flat out a pay to win game. However, over the years, I've realized things. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's like black or white, a good or shit game, because in reality, pretty much every single MMO is pay to win. When I was younger,
seen a lot of BDO is not pay to win videos popping up lately, but none of them mention the dozens of inconveniences the game's Thursday when you aren't playing value pack blessings of Kamaslivia. Without them, you're automatically 20% less efficient than someone who does. Yeah, they could be bought on the market, but good luck getting through the thousands of pre-orders. Tent, necessity, whether you're a grinder or a life skiller, the free version exists, but costs silver and lots of micromanagement to maintain while also being inferior because you can't get the Villa buff maids. You have to suffer through the inventory management every hour or two when grinding if you don't buy a few of these. Functional costumes, okay, so yeah, that's exactly what I'm worried about. It's like the minor inconveniences. I'd rather just... It's the minor inconveniences that they put in a game to force you to buy or make you feel like you need to buy because it's become so tedious. That's it. As long as they don't do that, it's going to be a great game. But they haven't spoken of their monetization. Either way, there's no use in dooming and glooming about it. The beta is going to be live in June, so, you know, we will check that out then. Hopefully we get an invite. I think that's going to be it for my stream today. Probably have to do more research just on this stuff in general. Maybe we'll put out a video on it just to get the word out. But anyways, thank you everybody who joined me and watching, lurked, whatever the case may be. My name is Dubs Kennedy. Until next time.